Okay, so good day class, or lesson for today is about the missing side or omitted measurement. Okay, so sometimes it is not possible or practical, okay, to determine by field observation yung length and direction of a line, no, if we're given a closed traverse. So these missing quantities may be determined analytically to obtain a complete set of nodes for a traverse as long as they do not exceed 2 in numbers. So yung unknown natin, maximum niya is 2 kasi if we're given a closed traverse, okay, we expect yung summation of departure and latitude should be equivalent to 0. So the following are common types of omitted measurements. So case 1, the bearing and distance of one line is unknown. Case 2, two adjacent missing sides. Okay. Then case 3, this time two non-adjacent missing sides. So case 1, so same procedure. So first we need to compute the latitude and departure of the line with the given bearing and distance. Second, determine the known latitude and departure of the missing line if the algebraic sum of the latitude and departure should be equivalent to 0. The third, solve the bearing using the tangent function, okay, and the distance using the Pythagorean theorem. So first example, to compute the bearing and distance of the line EA. So ito yung missing side, no? Unknown yung bearing and distance. Okay. So first step, of course, we need to draw, okay, yung required na traverse, no? So if this would be our okay, north, east, west, south direction. So yung E natin is say yan ito. Then B is somewhere here. So direction 3829. Given 33 meters. B to C is southeast, no? 5423. Then 3155. C to D is southwest. So angle dito is 009. Then 34.20. Then E is southwest pa rin. This time 77. C. So 26.39. Then E to A. Okay, so unknown yung direction. So bearing yung unknown. So the nearest would be the north direction. So you can label the unknown angle as, let's say, alpha. And this missing line segment would be yung length niya is represented as variable z, no? So this is E. Okay, so we need to tabulate our values AB, BC, CD, DE, and EA. So departure, latitude. Okay, so starting sa first line, to know the departure value. So yung given side na 33. Okay, then sine of the angle 3829. So this will give us positive 20.54. Okay. So positive kasi from A to B, this is going to the right now. And for the latitude, from A to B going upward, so positive pa rin. So 33 cosine of the given angle. So this will give us positive 25.83. Okay. So doing the same process for the remaining sides, we can determine yung corresponding latitude and departure values. So next line is PC. So this give us 25.65. Okay, so positive pa rin. Kasi from B to C, okay, this is going to the right. Okay, so ito yung departure value. Ito yun. Then for the latitude, this time from B to C, it is going down. So negative 37. Okay, so next line segment is give us negative 0.09, then 34, 20, 25, 75, 5.79. Okay. Next for the line segment EA, so we can let the variable x represent in departure value theta, and for the latitude y na. So if this is a closed reverse, okay, yung summation ng latitude and departure niya should be equivalent to 0. Okay. Then from this column, we can determine the x value, no? So just sum these values, okay, equated to 0. We can determine here the value of x. So this give us negative 20.35. Okay, similarly for the latitude value, you can determine y. So just sum, okay, mga values dito, equated to 0. This will give us the value of y. So that means to say that from E to A, the x is going to the left, okay? Then y natin is going upward. So positive and negative, okay? So if we try to draw, so ito yung x natin, this is y, okay? And of course, we need to determine the length of the line segment EA. Since this is a right triangle, okay, so ito yun, oh. Ito yung x, then ito yung y. Okay, so ito yung right triangle. So we can use the Pythagorean formula. X squared plus y squared. Okay, so just use these two values. Substitute natin. This will give us the value of z as 38, no? 0.37. Okay, so ito yung sagot natin for the leg. Now, to determine this alpha, okay, so since this is a right triangle, we can use the tangent function. X over y. So y is tangent inverse of x over y. This will give us 32, no? Or 32.03. Okay, now if you want to convert this in DMS format, degree minute seconds, this will give us 32.02, no? And obviously the direction is northwest, no? So this is the answers. Example number 1. Okay. Okay. So case number 2. This time, two adjacent sides, no? So first, we need to connect the ends of the two adjacent missing sides and call this as a closing line. Then second, compute the bearing and distance of the closing line using the procedure stated in case number 1. And third, determine the unknown data by considering the triangle form. No? So we can use either the law of sine or cosine. So this is the given problem. Compute the bearing of the line DE. Okay, so we're missing in direction for the line DE and the distance of the line segment CD. So ito yung northeast, west, south direction natin. So let's say this is the point A, point B. So given yung direction ito as well as the length, then B to C is 82. 8232, then length is 28.50. Then C to D is given yung direction, 3309. Okay. Then we can let the variable A to represent yung line segment dito. Then DE is unknown yung direction, but we're given here the distance. So let's try to assume that this is the location of the next point, which is point E. So ito given yung distance, 33. So we can let the variable theta to represent the unknown direction from D to E. Then E to A, given yung direction as well as yung distance. So 65, 21. So this is 24.23. Okay. So for this case, yung unknown natin is ito, no? So magkatabi sila. So sabi sa procedure, we need to connect the ends of the two adjacent missing sides and call this as closing line. So for this case, yung connect natin ends would be from C to E. So natin yung kulay, natin red. Ito yan. So this is the closing line. Okay. So we can consider this first area as a closures, and later on, if we can find the length as well as the direction of the closing line, we can now consider this second area. Okay. Then we can use either sine or cosine law to determine the unknown, which is the, for this case, the length of the line segment CD and the direction of the line segment DE. Okay. So let's try to solve first yung first area natin, no? So AB, BC. Okay. Now for BC, you can proceed now sa CE. Then EA. So latitude, departure. So we can determine the following. So for the closing line CE, okay, so we don't have the values, or we don't have the direction as well as the length. Okay. So we can let the variable x represent the departure, y latitude, no? And for EA, so given naman yung direction and length, so we can determine yung latitude and departure values niya, no? Okay, so again, since it's a closed reverse, okay, yung summation ng latitude and departure should be equivalent to 0. Then by summing all the values here, equate to 0, we can determine here the y and x. So y is 36.49, x is negative 14.53. Okay? So, ang x natin is from C to E is negative. Okay? Then y from C to E is also negative. Okay, so we can let variable, say alpha, to represent yung angle dito. Okay? So, tangent alpha equals x over y. So, yung alpha natin give us 21.71. No? Then, of course, to determine the length of the closing line, we can use the Pythagorean formula. So, squared equals x squared plus y squared. So, the length of the closing line, this will give us 39, no? 0.28 meters. Okay. So, we can now isolate this second area. Okay, since we already have the value of alpha and we're giving you the direction of the for the line segment CD, so if we try to add these two values, this will give us the angle here, no? So this will give us 54.86. Okay, we have here a known set as A, so let this as theta. So yung length dito is the length of the closing line, 28. Okay, then also given here the length of D, okay, as 33. So if we try to observe, this alpha here is the same as the alpha here. Okay, and this theta is the same as the theta from this line to this line. Okay, so we expect that this is theta minus 21.71. Okay, or we can let this angle as rho na lang, no? Which is equivalent to this expression. Now for this part, we can let this as gamma. Okay, so the gamma here is equivalent to 180. Okay, minus this theta minus the angle here. So if we try to observe, this angle here is the same as the given angle for the line segment CD. Okay, so yung angle dito. So this gamma is equivalent to 146.85 minus theta. Okay, so by considering this second area, using sine law, we can determine here the A and theta. So given to and angle equivalent to 39.28 sine of this angle. Okay, so just isolate the gamma. This will give us 76.75. Okay, then equate this to 146.85 minus theta. This give us the value of theta as 70.1. So of course, if you want to convert this to DMS format or degree mean seconds, this will give us 70.06, no? So obviously the direction is southwest. Okay, so now to solve yung A, so again, you see sine law. So equate to A over sine of what? So yung angle dito is, since we already have the theta, 70.1, so subtract minus 21.71, this will give us the value of this angle row. So 48.39. So ito yung angle. So just equate this two. Okay. Then just isolate A. This will give us 30.70 now. Okay, so for case 3, so this will be discussed next meeting na lang siguro. Okay? So thank you for listening.